Hello and welcome to the 11th tutorial on how to make a game in XNA. And in this tutorial we're going to try to go over enemies. Now enemies is going to be a little bit more complicated, especially when we're doing a zombie survival shooter game, because we'll have to go over pathfinding. And pathfinding is not the simplest thing, although once you understand it, it's really simple. I'll probably put a link in the description of a place where you can learn where to learn the A-star, which is a type of algorithm for pathfinding. So I actually created a pathfinding class previously when I made my other games, so I don't want to go over that right now. So if you want to learn the A-star, I'm going to put a link in the description where you can make one, where it teaches you how to make one. And if you guys really want, I'll make a tutorial on that. But right now let's go right into making the enemies. So first I'm going to create a new class, call it enemy, add it, I'm going to inherit the object class. Okay, it's going to have a constructor. Okay, everything looks good, and we're going to change the sprite name to enemy. And I'm going to import one of the sprites I made previously. Okay, there we go, that's our enemy. And we forgot to import our XNA framework stuff, and okay, there we go. So I'm just going to override the update method. So public void, public override. Okay, update. So the main things we want our enemy to do is follow our player and to have health. So I'm going to add a couple things to our enemy class, like health and speed. I'll have that as a float. And then we actually, for the pathfinding, we want, actually before we go into the pathfinding, let's just have our enemy move towards the player. So second, so we can actually just use our, have it look towards our player and then just move towards them. So I'm just going to copy this method, our point direction method, and just have its angle, or what do we call that? Rotation. Rotation equals point direction position. Position. Our guy. So actually I'm going to have this guy be static. So it's going to have a static variable of himself. So man. Okay. So then in the update method I'm going to put man equals this. So what this will do is allow us to, oops, forgot to make it static, access this particular player from anywhere. So we can get his position, stuff like that. Okay, so we can just say man dot position dot x. So we got his position. Just like that. We can access it from anywhere. So that's the idea. Okay, there we go. So it's going to always look towards the player. Next thing is I'm just going to set its speed to equal, speed to equal speed. Which I can just have that set here. And solid will equal false. So we just can get rid of this right there. And that should be good. Let's try adding it and see what it does. I'll just add a new enemy and have it be at 0, 0. Okay. How are we doing on time? Okay, halfway through. Okay, what happened there? Oh, I see. The problem is the enemy is trying to access the man variable before the man is actually even created. So we just have to put the enemy created after the man is created. And also, right on the constructor, just put man equals this. Okay, as you can see, our guy is looking towards our man, but for some reason is not moving. We set its speed to, oh right, we didn't set its speed, so just put speed equals 2 or something like that. See, now it's following me and it's chasing me. So that's our basic enemy, but what happens if there's a wall? It'll just go straight through the wall, or if it has collisions with the wall, it'll just hit the wall and then not progress even further. So we're gonna fix that. Actually, first let's create wall collisions so he doesn't like run into stuff, and then let's go for the A star. Okay, how are we doing on time? Okay, someone's talking to me. Oops. Okay, there we go. So let's make okay. Let's actually override. Let's see if we can override push 2 method. So actually, I'm gonna make this virtual so we can override it. So I'm just gonna create private override push 2. Okay, and it says if. And we're going to use our collision method again. If collision dot, let me think this through first. Okay, got it. What we're going to do is go to our object class, copy the stuff in the push2 method, go back to our override of the push2 method, paste that, and then right here, we're just going to go new x is times equals the pixels. So yeah, just like that. So this basically will be the difference of the x and y, or the new x and y. So that should be good. We're going to create a new vector here, vector 2, new x, just put in the difference, new y, and then what do we want to collide with? A new wall. Vector 2 vector 2 dot 0. Okay, there we go. So it's going to check if it's colliding with a difference, and or where the next place it's going to move. If there's a wall where it's going to move, then it's not going to do this. So I'm just going to put an exclamation mark in front of that, so it says if that's not going to happen. So let's go ahead and test this. You see, as you can see, our enemy is colliding with walls. The enemy cannot go through walls. So that's our basic collisions with walls for our enemy. It's looking pretty good. But as you can see, look, I'm safe if I'm behind this wall. So that's where pathfinding comes in. We need this guy to be a little bit more intelligent than that and actually go around this wall. So we'll cover that in later tutorials. That will be a little bit more advanced. I'm not sure how much we'll cover on that, but other than that, thank you for watching. I appreciate a rating, and see you in the next tutorial.